Hey guys, Big Rat 310 here with his Aries versus Richards review. I did see Unforgettable today. It's an amazing show. Sorry, throat still hurts. But I got this in the mail, which is great. I wasn't expecting this till Monday. I also got it in the Omega Effect, so now I can see those two. I want to start a trend of reviewing the current ROH shows singly. You guys know I love to do double reviews. Purely because there's a lot of people always check out the old stuff, but I also think they should follow the current storylines. And if I do two reviews, it will seem more like I'm just talking about the matches, not about the storylines themselves. And then people won't follow the storylines, and then they'll look at Ring of Honor as just a place to go and watch great matches. I want to talk about a lot of things on this DVD, so I decided I would review it individually. This is an amazing show in my opinion. This is the... I would venture to say it's the best show last year that was not Glory by Honor. It's either this or the Final Countdown or Chicago. It's really close. I can't decide yet. Let's start. Oh, by the way, I want you guys to sub to the breakdown in there. Yeah, he actually does ROH reviews. He just started on here. He started a few weeks ago. He has very little subs. I think he only does like 4 or 5. And, you know, he reviews ROH DVDs. He knows what he's talking about. He does WWE. He's clearly a very, very, very intelligent person when it comes to wrestling. And I think, you know, all the independent wrestling fans on this channel should go subscribe to him right now. You'll like him. He has an Aries vs. Richards review up as well. And it was very, very good. He doesn't like star ratings, which I actually prefer, because everyone on here does star ratings for every show. It's nice to have a different change of pace. And I'm going to do star ratings because it's easier I want people to support this company. I think it's a lot easier for them to get into these DVDs if they just look at the ratings, then actually have to listen to the whole video, because most won't. Okay, we start off with the Briscoes versus the House of Truth. Okay, there's a lot of people in this community who support Ring of Honor who do not like the House of Truth, and I don't know why. This is a very, very, very good tag team, and really you're going to have to get used to it. I don't mean to be so brash about it, but like, Generico's broken up, the Bucks are gone. After seeing what Davey did that day, it wouldn't surprise me if the Wolves aren't together for long, especially since they're not the champions. So you have the Briscoes and you have Kings of Wrestling, but Kings of Wrestling are going to be in the main event scene individually in and of themselves. You have Kenny King and Rhett Titus. God, what they did to Super Smash Bros. I don't even want to talk about that yet. You're going to have to get used to the House of Truth. I thought this was a pretty good match. Let me first say, this crowd was absolutely horrendous. This is one of the worst crowds last year. They were silent the whole night. I actually recommend you listen to the awful commentary of Dave Praise, Erick Santa Maria, and Chris Hero, because you can't hear anything from the crowd. They were alive in the 3 awesome matches. But for the rest of the night, they just did not care. Even during, I'll talk about that, even during Omega, Nakajima, and the main event, they were silent in very important portions where they should not have been silent. They were silent during the first few matches, but I really enjoyed this match. I love the House of Truth. I'm a big fan. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the Briscoes. I'm going to give this 3 stars. I thought it was a pretty good match, actually. I got into it. I enjoyed it. My only gripe was the House of Truth did not win, which I felt they should have. They've already lost to the Briscoes in what I thought was a very good match at Clash of the Contenders. And I don't know. I really think they need the win. I mean, Ring of Honor obviously doesn't know by this point that the Bucks are leaving. They know that Generico is going to break up. And they know by the main event they want Davey. They might want Davey to pursue a singles career soon. They gotta keep pushing tag teams. I've never said that before, but this team needs to get more wins. They need to. So yeah, this was a pretty good match though. A lot of you guys are gonna hate it. A lot of you guys are gonna give it 2 stars. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I really enjoyed it. Next we get Tyler Black versus Claudio Castagnoli in a Pick 6 series match. I also really enjoyed this match. Again, crowd was dead, but there was great storytelling. Claudio working on Tyler Black's neck the whole match, and it was very fun to watch. There were some really cool spots. It got a pretty good amount of time, around 13-14 minutes, and it really worked well. I really did enjoy the match a lot, and you know, it was a lot of fun to watch. Again, I think a lot of people are not going to like this match because the crowd sucked. You know, I've trained myself to sit through bad crowds, so bad crowds don't bother me personally. But what bothers me is when they're silent and loud, like on and off during a match, because it really hurts the flow of the match. And a bad crowd hurts a match in general, but I've gotten past it, and I really enjoyed this match. 3 1/4 stars. I thought it was a lot of fun to watch. Next, Erick Stevens and Joey Ryan versus Super Smash Bros. I thought this was the worst match of the night, and to be honest, I'm really pissed at Ring of Honor. This was pretty much a semi-squash. This match was like 9 minutes. The whole match was Stevens and Joy Ryan beating up on Player Dos. He gets the hot tag into Player Uno, and then 1 minute later, Player Uno tags in Player Dos, and Player Dos eats the pin. Really, it was a semi-squash. They didn't even show the Super Smash Brothers their entrance, obviously because of time. But still, really, I love the Super Smash Brothers, and I'm so pissed that Ring of Honor kind of buried them in this match. This was pretty much a semi-squash, and it really pissed me off. That's why I get 2 stars. I would give it 2.25, but I'm too furious at what they did to Super Smash Brothers. Again, they need this team. Their tag team division is falling apart. They're losing teams one by one. And next we get to Nakajima and Omega, the 3rd best match of the night. This match was amazing. 4 stars. A-Stone gave it 4.25. I would go that high, but there's several problems with this match. Kenny kind of no-sold the knee a little towards the end. Nakajima still kicked it like twice, but then Omega kept doing a bunch of his moves and without like any problems at all. And seeing how Davey sold his knee in the main event, I thought Omega should have done a much better job. But this was very, very good though. 4 stars. And also the finish. Not only was the crowd killed the finish. The crowd, okay, I get that the crowd did not want Omega to win. But just because he hit this finishing move, the crowd does not react at all. The referee counts to 3. The crowd says nothing. I was furious at them. They were quiet during points of this match, and it really hurt the flow of the match. And Omega's shoulders were down too with Kreut's Wrath, but both guys were exhausted, so I can kind of understand. Still 4 stars. It was a very, very good match. Very good storytelling for when he did sell the knee. Next, we move on to Kenny King and Rhett. Titus versus Colt, Cabana, and Delirious. This was a pretty good comedy match for the most part. And Cabana and Delirious got to hit his spots. Besides Dave Prazak calling Colt Cabana's flying asshole the flying apple. I didn't really have a lot of problems with this match. It was a little boring at first, but, you know, again, the crowd didn't care about this match. It got better as it went along. 2.75 stars. I really did enjoy it for the most part. Next, we get Roderick versus Chris Hero. The breakdown agrees with me, what I've been saying for months. Chris Hero does the elbows too many times in a match like this, and this match kind of proved that he's forgotten how to wrestle. I'm going to say that right now. This match kind of proved that he does the elbows so many times, he's forgotten his standard moves, because he had no arsenal. He didn't have a very good offense in this match. He did a few submissions, then he would go for the elbow, and then it looked like he was confused, and he didn't know what to do. Really, he's got to stop doing the elbow. It's going to hurt his career, because little by little, he's forgetting what to do in the ring. Strong carried this match a lot, in my opinion, but it was still an enjoyable match for the most part at the end. It was really long. It was like 20 minutes. It was 3 stars, like 2.75, 3 stars. I would say 3 stars, though, because Strong's offense was very fun to watch at the end. And Chris Hero won, which I'm not too big on. But Roderick Strong did make the match really enjoyable towards the very end, so I will give him that. It was a decent match for the most part, but it was given way too much time. Next, we get Steen and El Generico versus the Young Bucks. This was also amazing. 2nd best match of the night. Another 4-star match, maybe 4.25. It's close. This was great. Not as good as their final battle match, in my opinion, but it is close. Generico let their offense in. The first half of this match, the crowd, again, did not give a shit. And it was kind of tough to follow. Second half, they got more into it. But Generico hit their usual spots. The Brainbuster on the top turnbuckle I marked out pretty hard for. I thought it was really cool. Young Bucks got in their nice offense. I really enjoyed this match. 4 stars, maybe even 4.25. Such an enjoyable match to watch. And the crowd did pull their weight in towards the end. Next we get the match. Austin Aries versus Davey Richards. This match is just unbelievable. Wow. Okay, I'm going to tell you this now. If you're looking for like 10 straight false finishes, you won't get it in this match. This was a very, very much a technical wrestling based match. Sure, I mean, in and out of the match, you'll have Davey hit a kick. Aries hit a brainbuster. Davey even hit a super shooting star press. They did some nice moves. They did some nice wrestling moves, but like, you know, it never really got to that extremely fast-paced level. There was one point where Davey hit a German suplex off the top turnbuckle, which was amazing. Then he kicked Aries. Then Aries hit a brainbuster. Then he kicked Aries in the turnbuckle. That's when the crowd was at its peak. But like, you know, there's not really like a collection of 10 or 20 false finishes towards the end. Both the guys were exhausted, and I mean exhausted. They could barely move. Davey could barely hit the DR driver. He tried it again, and he kind of dropped Aries on his head, which I'm pretty sure wasn't intentional, but it was still an amazing, amazing match. One of the best professional wrestling matches I've seen this year, in Ring of Honor history. I would go as far to say that. I'm going to give this match 4.5 stars or 4.75 stars. At the beginning of the match, Aries says, Davey, I know you don't care about face-heel dynamics. Let's not worry about that tonight. Let's just put on a great match. And then at the end, he said he cut an amazing promo that said, and for all you haters that thought A-Double lost his magic, I just pulled a rabbit out of your ass. And then he goes to Davey, from one asshole to a prick. Great match. Excellent. Superb. The wrestling was amazing. There's one mark-out moment. Besides Davey killing himself with the suicide. I don't know why he does that suicide dive. He never hits the guy. And he always takes a big-ass bump. But there's one mark-out moment that I will not ruin. That Austin Aries did to Davey Richards. Oh, my God. Oh, it was towards the end. You'll know what it is. I never marked out that hard for a spot last year in Ring of Honor. That was amazing. You'll see. You'll know what I'm talking about. This was an amazing match. 4.5, maybe even 4 3/4. It could be ROH's match of the year. I think it's better than a tag match of Double Feature 2. Not sure if it's better than Bryan and Nigel. We'll have to see about that. This was an amazing DVD. So up to the breakdown. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10 or a 9.25 out of 10. That's 3 4-star matches. It's a really enjoyable show. Pick it up.